Hey guys, this is Sergeant Phoenix back in the action, and as the title says, I'm doing a little analysis and a review on the Attack on Titan's final season trailer. Now, I'm gonna be watching the trailer, but you'll barely be able to hear it, and you won't be able to, and you won't see it because I'm only looking at the trailer to analyze aspects in certain parts. I have seen the trailer before, but to be honest, I honestly got lost about halfway through. And we're just mind blown with the scenes and everything, as I believe most of us were. So I have it. So I'm watching it right now, and I'm gonna talk through what I'm seeing and also analyze. So I'm up to the part where the bird is flying across the sky, and that soldier's holding his hand out like this, saying to leave, like it's not safe. I don't know if this is Mali or not. I think this is the Mali island. For those who don't know, I'm just going to pause. For those who don't know about Mali and Paradise, they're the two islands that cause Titans and non-Titans and everything. What I mean is, hundreds of years ago, something happened. I don't know. There's two islands, Mali and Paradise. Paradise is where the walls are, where Eren and everyone lived. And it's where the founding Titans stayed. And it's where the royal family have stayed for generations, passing on the same will of the king for centuries. And for me, it's kind of stupid. You're passing on the same. I get laws are laws, but the king ended up using a proxy, just a puppet, and let pretty much the other leaders take over everything. And to me, immediately, that's a violation of the laws of a throne. Having a false king or queen on the throne while you control power for yourself, that's against the code of humanity, code of royalty, allowing other leaders to take control while the king or queen should make decisions as well. I don't know if that's the thing with our government as well, because I don't know if the queen actually does something or not. I'm guessing she does, because she does have power. She does have power. She can declare war or make peace. She has a lot of power in her control. But but I'd honestly want to see her in Parliament just knocking the door and telling everyone, calm down. Russell Howard does it better. Like saying, Theresa, stop dancing. Boris, wake up. You just got, Russell Howard's he's amazing. Greatest comedian I've ever seen. There's other great comedians but him. Sorry, anyway, I'm losing track. So I'm guessing this is the Mali, because it's almost like a sand-dome place with hills. Doesn't look anything like Paradise. Paradise is all like forest and everything, because with no humans around, Titans have been occupying everything, keeping the nature around alive. There's Navy ships there, and there's a Zeppelin. So this tells me it's Mali beginning an assault. Maybe there's parts of Mali that are still not under submission, so they're correcting that mistake. I don't know. If it's Paradise, it must be on the farther edges of the island, maybe like the beaches and everywhere. Where the Titans are not gone, because I don't think there's any more Titans anymore in Paradise. That we know of season 3. I think they were all wiped out. I think the Titans were actually all wiped out now that Zeke and Reiner and Bertolt. Now that Bertolt's dead, Reiner and Zeke were forced back into the Mali. The Titans there was no one creating more Titans, so once they wiped those ones out, everyone's peace. The Zeke, Reiner as well. I like the way Reiner looks, actually, with the mustache and beard. I'm actually slightly growing one, but, I'm actually going to shave, but I need to shave. I should have done that before this. And he's wearing a uniform as well with that symbol. I've been seeing that symbol everywhere. And the new Titan, it looks like the one Ymir had. Not the original Ymir, our Ymir, obviously. The Jaw Titan, I think it's called. I don't know if that's the name of Ymir's Titan. That means, is Ymir dead now? As someone devoured Ymir so they could take her Titan powers. If they've done that, that means we're not going to see Ymir again as a result. And also we're seeing the Cart Titan, and it has like full on, has like a saddle piece, like with turrets and everything on. So obviously someone's going to be in there, operating the turrets on each side while the Jaws Titan moves up, while the Cart Titan moves around, which is actually really clever. Has a helmet piece as well, so it can bash through walls a lot easier, which is clever. I think this is the walls. And baseball again, so I'm guessing there's going to be a Zeke background. Oh, who's that? I think that's Rhino or some lad. Alright. He's all loading a gun. He's loading a gun like I saw it, just like kill me. So I'm guessing that's going to be Rhino wants to kill himself. That tells me he's running out of time. He needs to... And like they were saying, these new characters, it's for a new armored warrior, for the armor. I'm guessing Rhino's, like I said, Rhino's running out of time and he needs to choose, and they want him to choose someone else to take his armored Titan power. But I'm guessing he wants to kill himself before anyone does. No one else should suffer what he's suffering. And Eren's back. A Titan's transforming. And this is where we meet the Warhammer Tartan. Looking at the Warhammer Tartan, it looks like almost like a mix between like a normal Titan, like an Eren Tartan, and a Doctor Doom kind of feel from the Fantastic Four, for the original 2 Fantastic Fours before they made that remake. Because it looks like the Armored Titan, the Warhammer Titan has layered skin structure, which means like a organic metal, like the hardening coated around its skin, and it still shows the layer, so it can, and it still has its flexibility, which makes it even more dangerous than the Armored Tartan. Because Armored Titan does have that hardened, blunt attacks, but it's not good with movement. The armor's not built for heavy movement. It's not built for movement or flexibility, which is a weakness in fighting. And it can create, and looking at its ability to actually have a Warhammer and go like on the ground, smash, like attacking Eren, indicates to me that this person can use hardening to create weapons of sorts. So one of my friends asked, though, could it like create like a rifle or something and finish off? But the way it looks like it's like the T-1000 from like its hardening ability, it can't use complex. Obviously, it can't create complex weaponry. Like guns have moving parts and gears. It doesn't. If it's using just solid objects like a hammer and weapon, it's most likely can only create solid shapes. Most likely like knives, stabbing or blunt weapons to attack. And this is when we see all the team. I really love Sasha's new look. I actually do. It works for her. And Mikasa Mikasa looks like Levi. Looks like a female version of Levi with that. Yeah, and then we're seeing Levi now take on a swarm of Titans. And we also see and the new Eren with long hair and a really nice trench coat. And actually, that style works for him. And this is when we see all the clip bits, what I'm seeing. Yeah, that's when all the Titans fly down. I'm guessing that's what Zeke's done, because I know about the Beast Titan's abilities. Me and my friends actually said if we were to choose our own Titan forms, who would we be? He'd be Eren's Attack Titan, I'd be Zeke's Beast Titan form, because it were... because, I'm built for strategy and everything, and not built for fighting. Even though, and that was the Beast Titan's weakness. It wasn't built for... I don't think it was designed for frontal assaults. It was built for distance attacks, throwing. But the way I'm seeing this, like, the way they're saying declaration of war, it's because of Eren. Like they're saying, because of the founding Tartan. For those who don't know, now that Eren has the founding Titan, he can control Titans. Zeke, Reiner, and Bertolt were sent to collect the coordinate, which is most likely the ability that gives whoever has it the power to control the Titans. But I'm guessing it's just normal Titans. Titan shifters can sense that power because of the founder, but it can't. But it can't control. But it can only control normal Titans, like I said. So I'm guessing that because of But it made me guess because of the wall titans. We call them the titans inside the walls. If Eren could control them by breaking them all free, he could unleash an army of colossal titans against the Marley people. So obviously, with that, they'd have to, if that power was in your enemy's hands, how would you eliminate that threat to your people? And this is my own opinion. If I were to eliminate that threat to my people, if there was no other option, but if peace was was no way possible, I'd kill the person who has that power and make sure they can never pass it on to another. For the safety of thousands of innocent men, women and children, I'd have no other option as a leader. So obviously with Eren having that threat and power in his disposal, they could consider that, they can consider a declaration of war now. The royal family are practically out the way, but Historia. But she doesn't have the founding titan, and that can consider them a threat. 2 islands, full-out warfare. And the way it looks, I think Paradise is the small one. If Paradise is the small one, it'll be like Britain versus like an advanced civilization. It almost looks like a little British island, which is weird. It nearly looks like England, which is interesting. And the rest of it looks like a massive continent. Like America or something, I don't know. But, again, the way it looks is going to be a massive war going on, and we're going to get Reiner versus Eren round 3. So that'll be interesting. But my friend said to me, like a little spoiler, we're going to learn the history, the origins of Titans, about the founding Titan itself, and Ymir, and the Ymir herself, the original Ymir before, our Ymir came into the party. But I've finished it. I've just finished analysing it all now. It's going to be interesting. I think it will be interesting to see how they're going to do everything. People I know reading the manga, they know what's happening, they know what's coming, and they're looking at me like, you've got no idea what's coming, and I'm like, well, don't freaking tell me, because, I don't want it. I like watching the season, and I don't want anything to spoil it, so I'm like, absolutely not, no spoilers. Imagine if you were one of those who knew every film that was going to happen, you went back in time and spoiled them for everyone. That'd be horrible. Like Star Wars, with the whole Darth Vader thing on episode 5, and, imagine you spoiling that like they did in The Simpsons or that. It was, that would just drive anyone nuts. But, comment down below what you think the season's going to be like. If you've read the manga, don't bring any spoilers. You can mention you've read the manga if you want, you don't need to. But comment down below what you think is going to happen. Your own theory and everything, not the manga. If you've read the manga, please don't spoil it for anyone who's going to comment down below. I think, obviously the first one we're gonna most likely get a little introduction to the new characters, maybe we're going to see Marley and everything, meet Zeke, Reiner. Then future episodes, it's going to be starting the war. Then it's going to be full out. Then it's when we're going to see the war happen. They might do it as a 2-parter. I don't know. It depends on how many episodes they're going to do. If they're going to do a 2-parter, it might be like season 3, where they did 22 episodes. Because part 2 only had 10, and I think part 1 had 12, so it's interesting what they're going to do. Or they might go with 25 or 24 like they did with season 1. But, again, comment down below you think, what your thoughts are on the trailer. I personally enjoyed this trailer. I personally think it's going to be the best they're going to do. But until then, this is Sergeant Phoenix, over and out.